This is MassX with a brand new Gacha revenue overview for May 2025. And just before we even get into the breakdown of the top 50, under their section for newly launched games, they do have Mirror and Star Legends, which did come out just on the 28th of May, so that's hardly any time. Very nominal, 80,000. I don't expect that game to do a ton. We've spoken about it previously. I'm going to do a full video on the game itself because I really like it, but there's two big red flags with that game, so you got to be careful if you're going to play it. One, it's Crunchyroll, but surprisingly, it's not showing its normal Crunchyroll footprint. And the other one is the game has already ended service in China, so it does have a finite amount of time, but that's beside the point. Summoners War Rush with 400, you would expect that because of the IP, so not horrible. And Memento, which was a soft launch for global with only 28, opening up one day sooner. Nice game. I just, if I'm going to play that type of game, there's other ones I think from my messing around with it previously prior to global as well as the global release, I just would play something else. But it is a credit to the dev team that put this together because it is a little bit smaller scale than most of these gacha games, which is impressive of itself. Looking at the actual top 50 at the top, like usual, we don't see a lot of change in that. You've got Love in Deep Space, which is having a bit of a controversy right now, still bringing in close to 70 million. Pretty crazy stuff. The Pokemon TCG Pocket still bringing in tons of money, 66 million. Honkai Star Rail dropped significantly down to 50. Arc Knights, big jump, basically doubling at 39,490. Naruto Mobile, which I say every month when I see it, I wish this would come out globally, 38.5, that's also up. Genshin Impact at 36 million. Now this is the one that shocked me the most. SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. I played this, it was fine, but man, I did not really understand how much this game could possibly open up. I mean, the fact that it opened with 17 mil and is now at 34 mil for a Gundam game is pretty impressive, and that IP is just shockingly strong. The game was fine to me, but it wasn't going to keep my attention long term, so I wasn't going to continue to play it. Fate Grand Order coming in at 25 million. Wuthering Waves 25, also up. All these games are showing up right now. Nikki up to 23, and they've even got that collab coming with Stellar Blade at the end of the week, so they're just going to bring in more money. Monster Strike up. I mean, it's crazy. Everybody's up this month. Dragon Ball Legends even up. Zenless Zone Zero did come down from 21 to 10 mil. I know a lot of people that really enjoy that game. I've just never been able to get into most of the Hoyo Work games. Just never been able to. Reverse 99 bringing in close to 10 mil. Azure Lane still does it, 9 million. One that I'm really excited for because it comes out globally in a matter of weeks, and I will be covering it because I am going to be playing it, is Uma Musume Pretty Derby, 9 million up from 7. That game's been around for a long time, Japan only. So I'm really curious to see what it's going to do on a global scale. I don't think it's going to be gangbusters. I still think Japan is going to be its biggest push area, but I'm looking forward to finally being able to play it in English, even though there was a port for the Japanese version to be able to play it, and it would translate a fair amount of it for you. You had to jump through some hoops, you'd have to periodically update it. It was great for just getting the experience, but again, I'm looking forward to this global release on it. Dragon Ball Z Dokkan, just up a tad bit. Ensemble Stars, same. One Piece Bounty Rush down a bit, but nothing crazy. Hatsume Miku, Colorful Stage, still bringing in a little bit more. Infinity Nikki, I thought this would be much lower. At 6.9 only to 6.7. They have had so much controversy, and they have really just basically treated their player base very poorly. Shocked that they had not dropped more. Maybe next month we'll see if it's going to really significantly drop or not. AFK Journey just keeps going forward at a 6.4 million. Jujutsu Kaisen up significantly from 2.1 to 5.9. No shocker. You have the 1.5 year anniversary in Japan. You also have now Global coming in with the 6-month anniversary, which was basically the year-long characters. And now with Sukuna dropping globally, I expect that number to just keep going up. It has caused me to come back to the game more religiously right now, because it's getting so close to being caught up with Japan that now I can let go of my Japanese account and focus solely on globally, because the burnout from playing the exact same game in 2 different regions was just burning me out significantly. Sadly, 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross at 5. Amioji still poking along, still doing pretty well actually at a 5.8. Madoka Magia, etc. A game that I covered, a game that I liked. For its first month, it did 9.9. It dropped to 5.6, but that is actually not bad from a first to second month. That's a little bit less than 50% drop off. I had to make a conscious decision a few weeks ago because I just needed a break. So I dropped almost everything with the knowledge that at the end of June, I am going to be picking up 3 games that I really want to play. And I decided to stop with Madoka Magica, which I think is a solid game, but it does have a few issues, in particular with its summoning and a little bit of the repetition. But if you're a fan of the IP, you're going to stick with it because they are just following right along. I believe they just released, if I'm not mistaken, they're getting into 2nd season. So if you're a big fan of the IP, you should really enjoy it. I didn't have enough love for the IP to want to stay and continue playing. When push came to shove, picking games out that I'm going to play, because like I said earlier, I want to play Unamasame, Pretty Derby. I'm also going to be playing another game that should pop up in this list, Persona 5, which I'm really excited for. But I digress, let's keep going. What else do we have in here? One Piece Treasure Cruise up to 5. It had dropped significantly to 1.9 the month before. Girls Front Line just continues to plug away in that that 5 million range. Blue Archive down a little bit. Memento Mori, I still don't get how this game still continues on at 4 straight. I just don't get it. Beautiful game. I've played it. I still have an active account. I'll sometimes go into it. But man, I just don't get how it continues on. Heaven Burns Red, a game that I absolutely love. Combined total of 3.1. I don't think Global's making a lot of money from them, from everything I've seen. I love the story in this game. Absolutely love it. But like I said earlier, I had to make some hard choices. I pretty much walked away from almost all my steady games to clear the slate, to start fresh at the end of June. Heaven Burns Red, I will always keep my account. I'll probably pop in periodically just to keep going along with the story, but it's not a daily any longer. Phenomenal game though, and really, if you like story-based games, it is to me the cream of the crop. So let's see what else we got here. Brown Dust 2, still plugging away. Wow, I am surprised they don't have Persona on here. I will have to take a look up separately for that. Looking at Persona, it does look like for May it brought in, I'm surprised it wasn't on there. Maybe they're just not including it on the list. Still brought in a couple million. Now again, that's only for China and Korea if I'm not mistaken. So still doing pretty decent numbers. I can't wait for that to come out on global at this point in time. But that pretty much wraps it up. I don't want to get too heavy into it at this point. We covered the biggies, talked about the newly launched games, the top 50 as of right now. But again, I will definitely be circling back with you if you are interested in Persona 5, Una Masame Pretty Derby, as well as the upcoming Warner Brothers DC property that will release at the end of the month. I believe it's Worlds Collide. I've played the prior version. I like it. I have my issues right now with DC Dark Legion. And speaking of DC, we also have Marvel Mystic Mayhem coming. So actually there's 4 that I will be covering very regularly at the end of the month. You know, we'll see which ones I like and which ones maybe don't entice me as much. I have no doubt Marvel Mystic Mayhem as well as Persona will definitely be up there. The big questions will be Uma Masame as well as DC Worlds Collide, because those 2 I played but not for as long, so I'll have to see how it goes on those if they really keep my attention. But don't sleep on, if you're a fan of Marvel Mystic Mayhem, an incredibly beautiful, graphically different feel, turn-based game that is a lot of fun. And of course, Persona 5, happy or not that it's a gacha, it is an excellent mobile game and a lot of fun to play too. So with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.